Somebody commented this question on my social media, and I thought it was a really great question. And I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit because there's a little bit more information that I need to know. There's some information that I can give you now that will help you moving forward when it comes to collections. And if you have lawyers that are reaching out to you, whether it's via mail, whether they've served you, etc.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where. I need everything.
First, I want to say, if it is a law firm that is sending you mail saying that they are trying to collect a debt, they are a collection company, right? Anytime there is a company or a law firm or anything like that that are just sending you a letter saying, hey, you have a debt with us, we would like to settle that debt with you, blah, blah. I think they like to create intimidation by just saying we're a law firm. You automatically think, oh no, like I'm going to lose everything. And that's not the case. Okay. This is where it comes down to just understanding.
That's their number one. That's their number one play. Like, I remember when I was a young dude, like they used to do that to me, and like just hearing the tone they would use on the phone and stuff like that. That's their number one play. So you said number one is understanding that anybody that's reaching out to you to collect the debt is a collection company.
Number one is that.
Okay. Correct. And then number two is don't panic.
Correct.
Number two got to be don't panic. Yeah. Don't panic.
Sit down. Don't panic.
Right. And then we get back to it. So, okay. So number one is we understand that they're a collection company. Don't panic. Then what?
Then what you want to do is you want to take that letter and you want to review the letter. And there are actually laws within the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You can look it up online. Just go to Google and type it in. And you can look up laws that have to do with when a letter is mailed to you from a collection company and things that can and cannot be said to you or be on the letter itself, even the logo. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take that letter that you get and you want to mark it up and highlight all of the, or circle even, all of the different things that are violations against you and your rights as a consumer. And you want to then mail that into them because every violation is worth $1,000. Okay. And it's important that you know that because what you want to do is you want to take that letter, you want to have an invoice, and you want to mail that back to that collection company along with a letter that's basically saying, this is what I want you to do. Right. So
affidavit of truth.
Correct. But to put it more like layman terms, like you're basically just writing a letter telling them what you want them to do and what you found. And this is the choices. These are the choices that they have, right? So they either need to remove the collection from your credit report and just stop contacting you altogether, or they need to stop contacting you and they need to write you a check for those violations.
Beautiful. And that's really all that you have to do. So it's not a court. It's not like the courthouse.
Right. So I want to talk about that. So I know there are a lot of people out there that get served with papers. So can we talk about your family member that this happened to?
Yeah. So I had somebody that they panicked. They was definitely panicking the whole time, definitely breaking all the rules, right? But number one, if you get a letter in the mail from the court saying like, you need to come to court because a collection company is suing you or a debt collection company is suing you, the first thing you need to do is respond. Let them know that, yes, I will be in court, right?
Don't ignore it.
Right. If you ignore it, then you basically, I think it's the default judgment.
Yeah. So then you owe the money.
Right. You forfeit everything, right? So the first thing is you're going to let them know you're going to show up in court. And sometimes they're not even going to show up, right? They got to pay the lawyer to go there to fight against you in court. So that's the first red flag that you might know something's up.
And just to be transparent, when this happened to your family member, like understand that if this happens to you or to a family member and you have somebody that you trust, you can appoint somebody else to represent you.
Yes.
So that they can speak on your own behalf. So since this person was a family member and Mikhail has more experience in this than that person, he said, I will represent you in court and speak on your behalf, right? So tell me a little bit about that situation, like from the moment you walked in the courtroom, went in the courtroom and all that.
Okay, so the first thing is like you said, the FDCPA, there's a bunch of different procedures that all companies need to follow when trying to serve you a debt or anything like that. So the first thing is they need to send a validation of debt. Like they need to make sure that you sign. So whenever you apply for like a credit card or any type of credit, they're going to send you a letter a couple of days later, like basically validating it. Nobody ever signs that letter or anything like that. So it kind of goes not acknowledged, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Unacknowledged.
unacknowledged. Okay, so what a lot of companies do to try to be slick is they be like, you know what, people ain't even acknowledging it. I'm not even gonna send it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much was the case in this situation. Was they never sent that validation letter, and
They didn't send anything.
Anything. Right. And so when they send those letters to us, the only way that they can track that we got it is if it was certified mail, if somebody signed for it. So there's no tracking at all. So basically, this is why they're able to do so much damage to people, because people don't know this information.
Yep.
And they panic anyway.
Yep.
Whereas like these companies aren't even following the procedures on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in order for them to say, hey, this is a debt that you owe, first off, I don't think my family member had any acknowledgement of this debt, like that it was even owed. So
they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, they didn't even know what it was. So if a company's saying that you owe a debt, they need to prove it. And the company wasn't able to prove anything.
And don't tell them, yeah, it was my debt.
Right.
Like, you don't want to admit that you were at fault or admit that it's yours. Like, you don't want to put yourself in that position, because that's how they're going to win.
Right.
So from what you can correct me if I'm wrong. So you prepared yourself based off of the information that you've learned from the FDCPA.
Yes.
Right. And you reached out to one of our friends, Millionaire May.
Yes.
And she gave you like a little breakdown of like some different laws you should understand before you step into the courtroom.
Yes.
So you had notes. You go to court. What happens when you walk in the courtroom, and then, or not the courtroom, prior, like before the court starts?
Okay, so the lady shows up at court, like the lawyer or whatever for the company. I think it was Midland Credit or something. I don't really know.
I think it was.
No, it wasn't Midland.
No,
it wasn't
was
Midland.
Another one of those.
LMVN or whatever.
LVNV.
LVNV. Okay, cool. So the representative came in. I told her that she walked over to me, I believe, and was like, "Hey, we got a court date or whatever. You looking to settle or whatever?" I was like, "Looking to settle? Like, I'm not settling nothing."
So they wanted Mikhail or his family member to settle the debt right here and now. Let's not even go into the courtroom. We don't have to do all this. Let's make it easy for you, and we'll settle it right here and now.
And right, and there's so many laws. So one of the laws is that like, nobody besides the actual like company is able to like have facts on the situation. So if it's Mikhail Bennett versus LVMV, only unless you work directly with LVMV would you have any information about what's going on.
Right.
So the lady, I'm like, do you work with LMVN or LVMV? And she's like, no, like I'm a lawyer. I'm just here for them. And I'm like, okay. So that's number one. Like, so I had my little list of, so my affidavit of truth, like I had a bunch of different violations that I felt like they were violating. So I was just making mental notes like, okay, I know that one good because she don't work for them. So that's number one. There's a lot of different laws under the FDCPA. It's kind of hard for me to remember because like it's now 2 years now almost. But
all in all, she was trying to persuade you to pay before even stepping into the courtroom.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Judge, right? So you squashed that. No, I'll see you in court. Right? So what happens when you go into the courtroom? I think this is real, and the reason why I want to recount all of this is because a lot of people get so scared because they don't know what to expect and how it goes. So I wanted you to talk about it.
Yeah. So went into the courtroom. I think the judge was like, all right, so what's going on or whatever, and I just basically. She tried to bring up
LVNV
the debt, and I was like, okay, we have no like
proof.
We have nothing. We don't know nothing about this debt.
Yeah, there's no notification.
There's no notification about this debt. Had there been a notification, we wouldn't be here right now.
Correct.
Right. So, I understand the FDCPA, and I understand that you have to prove that. And the lady was like, she was just so thrown off that
she was not expecting it because it's small claims court, so it's not like a big deal. It's like a small
magisterial,
Yeah.
She was, where you go for a speeding ticket and all that, and she just was not prepared at all for this situation. And so then she was like, "Oh, like I don't have the information, but we could probably, I could probably go find it or whatever. Could we reschedule?" And at this time, I'm like, I got my people up here. I'm up here. We taking time off work. We can't reschedule, Judge. Like I'm fully prepared. Like I have everything that I need. I understand we being done wrong. Like how could she get another chance to try us again on something that she's not prepared for? So the judge just sided with us because as I began reading through the violations, and I wasn't reading them like a robot. I was just taking my time and like because I understand what it's saying, and I understand like okay, like I said, when it comes to like that validation, they have to prove that. Like prove it to me.
Right.
Prove it to all of us in here.
Admitted she didn't have anything to prove.
Nothing to prove.
And then she tried to talk to your family member, right? And you said, I'm representing.
Right. I'm representing them right now.
Yeah,
so.
like you don't. So it all comes down to knowledge and understanding your rights, understanding and just being prepared. And it's really something that anybody could do because guess what? The worst thing that's going to happen is that you end up owing the money, right? You get found at fault and then you create a payment plan and you pay $20 a month for the rest of your life. You know, it doesn't have to be this big scary thing. And things are only scary when we don't understand them.
Correct.
And we don't know what to expect.
Yes, and ultimately I was able to win that case. It was like $4,500 in collections that did not have to be paid. Yep. Thankfully,
the judge, what did they call it? So, in favor, I
forget.
They like awarded it in favor of you.
Yes.
The defendant or whatever, right? So you won in that situation, and that's such an amazing feeling because whether it was or wasn't her debt, you know, she didn't have to pay it. You won that case, and now she can't be retried for that same debt because it's already done.
Right.
But understand that even when you step into the courtroom, different judges in different areas, like they might not understand or might not want to hear from you, and you don't want to go in there saying like, "Oh, I know everything. I'm right."
Don't do it like that. Don't do it like that.
Big ego. You really just want to do it like what would Judge Judy want? She's going to want the facts. She wants whatever proof you have. And that's it. Everything else is hearsay. Like she just wants straight facts. So yeah, as long as they don't have any proof or facts, then you pretty much it's a win. As long as you know what you're doing.
To wrap the video up for me, make sure you guys are educating yourself, right? When things happen, educate yourself as much as possible. Seek information. You might not be as lucky as us because like it was one of our students that was able to help me to understand what I should do. And I only had one day before I went to court to even get prepared. So, you know, with a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you should be fully prepared to go ahead and represent yourself in court against any collection company. And hopefully it works out in your favor.
And hopefully you can take care of that collection company before it even comes to that point. So now you should know a little bit more about what you need to do if you receive a collection letter in the mail from a collection company or a lawyer, or if you get served. You at least know what your next step is and what you should not do.
So if you like this video, make sure you like, comment underneath, give us some engagement. Subscribe to the channel, show us some love, share it with your friends, right? And then if you're new here, we'll put the link to our free credit repair masterclass in the description of this video. You can watch it. It's completely free. It'll help you start understanding credit and begin improving your credit. And if you've been here for a while and you're ready to take it to the next level and you want to fix your credit for real and you want to fix it fast, make sure you go to youcanfixyourcredit.com and get our DIY credit repair course. And we'll see you guys at the top and not from it.
Yep. It's time that you empower yourself when it comes to your credit. And the only way that you can empower yourself is with information. So, and that's literally what we give you in the course. Actionable steps and amazing information, just like you found in this video.
Like my one mentor says, information on us, execution on you.
Ooh, I like that. Go and execute.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything.